Well, Alan Mendoza is at the Henry Jackson Society and has been watching this. Hello, Alan.
Hello, John.
What do you make of this? It is clearly a form of economic attack. Is it a deeply worrying one?
Well, of course it's worrying because you're having an attack on a currency of sorts. I mean, stamps are, essential for getting mail between people. And if you have a system that's undermined and confidence and trust is undermined in that system, that, of course, lends itself to creating dissension and dissent within societies and concern. So I think, obviously, there's quite rightly a focus on this because we need to get to the bottom of how this counterfeiting is happening, how it's gaining access to our system and how it could be stopped.
I mean, are these fake stamps good fakes? Are they very convincing? And are they easy to manufacture?
Well, yes, it turns out they are very, very good fakes. I've seen, Royal Mail people saying they can't tell the difference, which tells you that they're high quality. And it seems that in today's environment, you're able to take a legitimate stamp, quite easily copy it, and then flog it out for a much cheaper price, obviously. And it can detect the obvious checks. It will get found out eventually, but it will pass initial muster, and that's the problem with it.
Now, what do we know about who's doing this, Alan, and how do these stamps get into circulation?
Well, there's a slew of Chinese companies who appear to be behind it. You can type in, cheap stamps on Google or go to Facebook Marketplace. You'll find these people. They're not hiding who they are, essentially. And that, of course, lends itself to questions about how much, say, the Chinese, kind of economy is involved in this and the Chinese Communist Party knows about it, which is why those comments you headlined are important. But they get here simply because people buy them. People go, right, let's buy those. They ship them over. And that's how it works. It's very simple.
Right. Now, look, manufacturing counterfeiting stamps is obviously it's a tricky thing to do, and counterfeiting currency obviously much more difficult. But is it possible? Is it within the realm, the abilities of people like this, companies like this, to do that, to counterfeit British currency? Because that would be a much more serious form of economic attack.
Well, I think it clearly will be at some point. Technology has moved on leaps and bounds in this approach, and that's why there's a constant battle, isn't there, to make sure that authentic currency, authentic other things that we want to preserve are ahead of what the counterfeiters want to do. But it certainly, in my view, could be possible in the next few years.
And China is very sophisticated when it comes to all sorts of covert activities, including an ability to disrupt important public systems, including the financial system. They have many people, a large body of people who are trained to do that sort of thing, don't they?
Yes, it's a huge problem. You've got disruption occurring in financial systems. You're seeing theft on an industrial scale of IP and other issues like that. In the US, you've had the fentanyl crisis, which has, of course, been essentially manufactured from China. China is a disruptor, as well as the obvious spying issues that we've seen and attacks on parliaments and other places.
How far is it possible to keep our guard up against this sort of attack, which could clearly come in more serious forms?
Well, that's why we've got to, kind of act now. It's the important thing is having identified the problem. It's about going to the authorities in Beijing and saying, look, you can see what's happening. We can see what's happening. What are you going to do about it? And they clearly have the power to do something about it.